This is how we met J.B. Lenoir. We went to Bob Kester's record store on Grand Avenue in Chicago and said, where are the blues going on? And once he said, Roosevelt Sykes, the pianist, is having a rent-paying party on the South Side.
And at this party was this man who appeared in a zebra-striped tuxedo, and that was J.B. And we thought he was terrific. We became friends almost immediately. And the next day he called us up and we talked on and off and we said, please tell us about every place that you're going to play in Chicago, which he did.
Oh, it started with television. We saw this show on TV that J.B. called us up and said, I'm going to be on TV. And we didn't have TV, but we managed to see it. And we thought, my God, it has to be done differently.
Well, the show was interesting. It was a religious show called the Jubilee Hour or something. And both J.B. and Willie Dixon were in it, accompanying the gospel singers, but their name was never mentioned. And they just played. They never were told who they were, and we thought, we got to do better than that.
So we were going to Sweden, and we thought that we would make a short movie and take it to Swedish television and show them some things that we wouldn't have to explain.
He had 4 different outfits, and each one was in a tuxedo form and a tailcoat.
And I asked him, where do you get them from? And he had them made.
Right.
Nobody else had anything like that. He was the first in town.
It was black, white, chartreuse, and zebra striped.
And gold.
So we took the movie with us to Sweden, and
it wasn't a big success.
Well, they said it wasn't very good technically, but we knew that. It wasn't.
They said to us that you should do something in black and white because Sweden's TV didn't have color at that time. So we said, fine. And we went back to Chicago, and the next summer we were going to go to Sweden again. And right before we left, we made another movie in black and white, now much longer. We rented a camera for 2 days, and this is it.
I played the guitar a couple of times, which was his idea, by the way. He said, we all ought to do something in this. So we all did. It was really collaborative.
The interaction was really his idea, not ours. And of course they didn't want that movie either because of technical shortcomings, and we were rather annoyed with their lack of imagination. I think that J.B.'s later songs by the more mature artist and person tended to be more spiritual. They were more political, but also some kind of profound introspection and looking at life as a spiritual event. See, there's this tradition that the people who sing gospel don't sing the blues, and the blues singers are not gospel artists. Well, that's very artificial. I remember J.B. called us up one day and said he had had so much fun all day. He had been playing at church with his friends all day long. And of course his friends were not strictly gospel musicians and singers, but they were professional musicians who were just doing the best they could and having as much fun as they could, and it was Sunday. And this was not a question of making money, it was a question of creating spirit. Shortly after we had returned to the United States, we got a call one day from Ella Louise Lenoir that J.B. was dead. He was only a year older than Steve. It was absolutely shocking and ended his artistic development just when he was getting known and making deep impressions on people like Mayall and known and unknown youth.
The words to his song, the lyrics, of course, were often quite different from other blues singers, particularly when he got into doing things about the Vietnam War and things like that. And he'd just begun doing songs about the civil rights movement, which of course were really important issues at that time, but often ignored in the popular music.
And he was sensitive to women's position, which of course came with the 60s too. People have remarked that he looked like Martin Luther King, which he did a little bit. Maybe he was just this tremendous positive willpower and artistic gift or something, but they had a lot in common. Both of them were, of course, family men too, and both of them had early tragic deaths. J.B. was in an auto accident and he wasn't taken care of in the hospital in Illinois where he should have been taken better care of.
We just bought some more reels of film. They weren't that expensive. I don't know what we thought they were very expensive. We thought there was enough, see? We thought that was enough to show because our purpose was just to introduce people to him. We didn't think we were making a documentary in any way.
We just thought that when people saw this, they would book him for
right, immediately.
For tours.
They'd immediately say, "My God, who is that? We've got to have him on our stage."
The Seabergs' two films about J.B. Lenoir were never shown anywhere, not even on Swedish TV. And J.B. could find no more gigs in Chicago. Strange as it seems, at the same time the blues became popular in Europe, American bluesmen couldn't make a living at home.